Yeah, that's what I said. I got a little bit of an addiction.
I'm wondering if it wouldn't be beneficial to pick one as your main one, drop down to the lower paid plans on the other ones, and
Yeah.
use it for a month, 2 months, and just concentrate your efforts on that, and then switch it up after a couple months, and then over the course of time, you'll figure out your favorite.
Yeah, I think so. The thing is, I'm going to do this as a business though, and I find a lot of times I'll be running up multiple tabs open simultaneously and like running the same query in, so I can sort of see
Yeah.
like the differences, which is kind of cool. And I really should be making videos of this sort of stuff because I'm sure a lot of people would be
You
interested
probably
in this.
could.
You know?
I was talking. I was talking to someone this week who they were vibe coding in something, and then they were carrying it over into console, right? Cursor into cursor,
Cursor,
and
yeah,
then they knew
yeah,
enough code to be able to adjust the code once there. But
yeah.
they would do the initial coding that, or you could use. Well, for Claude, are you using Claude Code or using just Claude?
I'm using just Claude to code it, and it codes it up into the canvas, which
So
is I don't do that much code.
I downloaded Claude Code this week, the terminal access one,
Hmm,
and
hmm.
I'm a little overwhelmed at the moment, getting my mind back into working on a console. I just haven't done it in so long. So
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll get to all that stuff. I mean, right now, what I'm really doing it for is principally research. And so I've worked for the multiple LLMs asking it what my workflow should be.
hmm
And it seems like I get it a similar answer in that, Grok 4 Heavy, ChatGPT 5, and certainly Gemini 2.5 Pro, they're really good for research. And Perplexity is surprisingly good for research too. But it seems like they all say dump it back into Claude to summarize everything and to produce the nice writing.
yeah,
But you know,
it's my single favorite LLM right now. I'm impressed by a lot of the things the new ones will do or the new
yeah,
models will do. At the end of the day, though, I I like Claude.
yeah, Claude's
Right? The other
good.
ones I
Claude's
understand, but I really like Claude. So
Yeah. If you made me choose just one, I'd probably go with ChatGPT 5 if you made me just choose one. But Claude would probably be a close, second. The problem with Claude is it can't produce images. There's a lot that it
yeah,
can't do. It's
I know.
principally just writing.
So what are you getting out of the $300 Grok? I know you say it's powerful and it's got a different back end and how it operates, but are you getting? I mean, that's almost half your LLM budget right there.
Yeah, I don't think I'm getting that much out of it. I'm really considering turning it off. I'll probably let it go for one more month
hmm
and just really keep pushing on it like I have been. But I don't think it's worth it, to be honest. Now, I think if I was doing complex, maybe physics problems or advanced mathematics or something very advanced, maybe in that case, it probably makes sense. But certainly for my stuff, for the marketing stuff, I don't think it's that great. One of the advantages that it has is it's so integrated so closely into X, and so you can get real time sentiment coming in a way that I can't get in the other tools. And with the heavy plan, it does a little bit better analysis, but not significantly better above the $30 plan.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you're really looking just a way to cut costs, at least in the short term, until you've got enough income to cover all these things.
Yeah.
That seems like the obvious one to me. I mean, because yeah, if you're that's roughly the same cost as what you're paying for Chat and Gemini, right?
Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, I know. And at this point, I'm not too worried about the money because I'm trying to basically buy as quickly as possible my experience so I can help other people. But yeah, I don't see the value in the Grok Heavy right now. In fact, I think I ran reports for both of them, and in fact, the report I got out of Gemini I think, was better data than I got out of Grok.
Well, yeah, a lot of people are loving Gemini for a lot of reasons, the research especially. I think, and isn't that what backs up Notebook LM? Because that's a Google
Yeah,
product
yeah,
as well.
and another
And
thing too
I'm
is
a real
yeah,
fan of Notebook LM. So
yeah, I know because with that I've got the super advanced version of Notebook LM is included into it. There's you get the video generation of whatever the VEO3 that in there I haven't played with. You get way
I'm
more
assuming it
credits.
integrates with all the other Google tools,
Yeah,
Google Docs,
y-
Google Drive, even Gmail stuff. Probably has a more native. I'm
yeah,
assuming a more native way to interact.
yeah. Yeah, so there's a lot of advantages with the Gemini thing. So it seems like seems pretty cool. But I just don't understand their character enough. But the way I'm viewing it right now, Chris, even if it costs me a few $1,000s to learn this, it's worth it because because it does a couple things for me, right? One is it lets me talk with more authority. And the more confidence I have, the more likely people are to believe you, which is, it's like the guy who just stands up and beats his chest. Everybody's like, okay, maybe he does know what he has. Because then if other people say, it's like, well, look, I've tested it. I've been spending for the past few months over $1,000 a month or 800, whatever it is, on these tools. So you may think you know, but I actually know. And let me show you my test results that I've done. And usually that'll shut people up like in seconds.
Not only that, you're not, it's one thing to say I'm using the free product, and I'm using the $20 a month product, and I'm using the $200 a month product. There's a difference in expectation, right? I expect you to have access to tools that I don't see.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right. And so I don't know. I think I don't know. For me, it's like so much in selling and influence, Chris, is belief, like we talked about, how you have to have faith and you have to have a belief. And so what I'm trying to do is manufacture this belief and faith through just hard work. And so like convince my subconscious that no, I've done the work. I've done the reps. I've paid the price. So at this point I can call myself an expert because I've spent time doing it.